Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're taking a completely fresh look at generative AI and how it actually fits into your daily life. If you're hearing the buzz but wondering, okay, how do I actually use this thing? Well, you are in exactly the right place. We're diving straight into Bob Armstrong's awesome breakdown from Firebrand Training. We're talking 10 incredibly practical, real-world ChatGPT life hacks. We're ditching the sci-fi hypotheticals today and focusing on actionable ways to turn this tech into your ultimate virtual thinking partner. Bob Armstrong really hits the nail on the head right out of the gate with his thought. Life's not quite the same with ChatGPT around. And honestly, isn't that the truth? What started as this quirky language experiment not too long ago has just exploded. We've all heard the stories, right? Developers trying to make it write code, sometimes with hilarious results, or creators using it to bust through writer's block. There's even a rumor it wrote a major movie screenplay. But today, no novelty party tricks. We're focusing strictly on the smart, creative, and highly practical ways this tool is becoming an absolute everyday essential. Okay, let's dive into this thematic roadmap. We're going to cover the virtual thinking partner, supercharging your productivity, mastering brand new skills, elevating leisure and play, and finally, the future of AI. So starting off with section 1, the virtual thinking partner, and really understanding the massive scale of this. And this brilliantly illustrates just how wild this ride has been. When ChatGPT launched on November 30th, 2022, it hit 1 million users in just 5 days. No way, right? Fast forward exactly 1 year, and that number absolutely skyrocketed to 180 million active users. We're talking about an adoption rate that is practically unheard of in consumer tech history. It literally spread like wildfire. And today, get this, the engine is driving a staggering 1.7 billion monthly visits. That massive scale is exactly why everyone, and I mean everyone, needs to learn these life hacks. It's not just a niche toy for tech folks anymore. It's a total mainstream utility. Knowing how to wield it isn't just a neat trick. It is absolutely crucial for keeping up and thriving in a world that is shifting right under our feet. Moving on to section 2, supercharge your productivity. Because who doesn't want to work a little smarter? So the crucial point here is how instantly you can cut through professional noise. Picture this. You get a massive, totally jargon-filled research email. Just paste it in, type TLDR, too long didn't read, and boom, you instantly get a perfectly condensed, plain language summary. It pulls out the main points, highlights the action items, and literally gives you your time back. It's a real game changer. But look, working smarter isn't just about reading faster, is it? It's about making better decisions. Are you wrestling with a tough call at work? ChatGPT is surprisingly amazing at generating really balanced lists of pros and cons. It acts like this incredibly reasonable, unbiased sounding board to help you brainstorm and figure out what you actually want. Plus, it's a lifesaver for tricky situations, like drafting a professional, perfectly balanced reply to a highly stressful email, completely removing your immediate emotions from the equation. Let's move to and see how this builds into section 3, master brand new skills, essentially unlocking your own personal tutor. If there is something new you want to learn, the magic words are simple: teach me. By firing off that specific prompt, you're telling the AI to step into the role of a human teacher. It doesn't just copy-paste a dense wiki article. Instead, it gives you a detailed, progressive breakdown, walking you through it step by step, entirely at your pace. So whether you're trying to figure out complex new software for your job, or you're sitting in your living room trying to play a new musical instrument, it totally tailors the curriculum just for you. It's also an absolutely incredible language tutor. You can practice foreign languages through back-and-forth text chats and get instant feedback on your grammar. But, it's also super helpful for our native language. Bob Armstrong makes a great point that our everyday communication is getting so brief we're actually losing nuance. You can use it to find fresh synonyms to keep your writing sharp. Oh, and if you have ChatGPT Plus, it unlocks the GPT-4 engine, meaning you can literally have voice conversations or even snap photos of things out in the real world and ask the AI what they are. All right, section 4, elevate leisure and play, which is all about upgrading your downtime. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is seeing the sheer number of parameters the AI can juggle at once to help you out in the kitchen. You can feed it your exact dietary needs, your favorite cuisines, and strict calorie allowances. Actually, scratch that, it gets even better. You can literally just open your fridge, type in whatever random mismatched ingredients are sitting there, and it will whip up a brand new recipe for you. It even throws in pro tips and techniques to make sure your food comes out absolutely perfect. And outside the kitchen, think of it as your personal entertainment curator. If your music is getting stale but you don't have time to hunt for new stuff, just input your current mood, the genres you like, and how long you want the playlist to be, and watch it go to work. It uses that same logic for movies and books, too. It's also brilliant for finding quirky, hyper-personalized gifts for friends, and it can even write the heartfelt message or a joke or a song lyric to go with it. And for the gamers, it can build a trivia game from scratch or even act as a virtual companion for your next Dungeons& and Dragons campaign. I absolutely love this quote from the source material when it comes to travel. Computer says no. This computer says yes. I mean, how many of us put off holiday planning until the last second and just end up going back to the exact same places we've all been there? But it can take all your vague, half-baked preferences and suggest incredible off-the-beaten-path destinations you might never have even heard of. It gives you tips on exactly when to go and what to see, turning what feels like a chore into a really exciting discovery. Finally, we arrive at Section 5, the future of AI, and taking a look at what's next. You see, this whole generative AI ecosystem is expanding incredibly fast. ChatGPT is definitely not the only player in town anymore. We are looking at a really robust landscape of emerging platforms bringing totally new capabilities to the table. Places like Google Bard, Microsoft Copilot, and Amazon Q. With all this rapid expansion, the source material points out that one of the smartest moves you can make is to look into upskilling options. We're talking accelerated IT courses, so you aren't just using these tools on the surface, but actually mastering the architecture that powers them. And speaking of upskilling, Firebrand Training, the source of today's awesome insights, is a perfect example of where to look. They've been named one of the top 20 IT training companies in the world for 13 years running. They specialize in these accelerated courses designed to get you certified at twice the normal speed. They offer deep dives into data, AI, and machine learning, and you can even save up to 20% if you use a Firebrand passport. It's a great reminder that formalizing your AI knowledge is a highly viable, really smart next step. Which brings us to the end of our explainer today, wrapping up with this genuinely provocative question straight from the article. How will ChatGPT continue to expand, and what new capabilities will competitors bring to the table? The one thing we know for sure is that this is literally just the beginning. The virtual thinking partner is officially here to stay. So take these hacks, test them out yourself today, and keep exploring. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and I'll leave you with a challenge. What is the very first task you're going to hand over to your new AI assistant today?